When last we left you, we had just left Spring Creek Anchorage up at the top of the screen and headed south to Cedar Creek Anchorage. Um, it was very, very windy on this travel day with, I believe, 23 knot gusts and sustained, maybe 9 to 11 sustained, but unfortunately the audio on most of this video was just, you couldn't listen to it because the wind noise was so loud over the microphones. This was very eventful. It was the coldest day that we have ever traveled. And first day for me to wear a down parka. By noon, I had put on fur-lined boots. It was that cold. This was also the first time that a local told us they didn't want us to anchor somewhere. And you know, we were fully expecting this all the way down. Uh, because this is people that live around these areas kind of feel like these waters are theirs, and we want to be very respectful of that. And of course Jim is always very respectful and patient with people, but it was a very interesting travel day. So most of this footage was not able to be produced just because of the audio, but this is what we ended up with. Once Ace got the Dodger closed, it was much more tolerable in the cockpit, but it was still very cold, and we didn't think that was fair to our dog, our miniature Schnauzer Blue. So Ace puts her down in the salon, in the cabin, only to bring her out again pretty rapidly because she was very unhappy not being with her people. She is always in the cockpit with us when we're underway. And so she did come up shortly after this. But we brought an extra blanket to cover her up.
You need to cool down a little bit. You get overheated and you sweat, and that makes you cold.
So for the record, on January 2nd, 2025, we got off the anchor at 9:43. What'd you think of your anchorage, Jim?
It's pretty awesome. It's great. It's very secluded, very little traffic. It's very private and beautiful scenery, lots of birds, lots of stars.
Best stars we've seen so far on this trip.
Good protection to ride through a gale. Had some high winds.
Yeah.
And holding was excellent, perfect.
Yep.
It was difficult to get the anchor out of the mud.
Was it?
Trying to pull it.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have to move the boat forward powerfully to break the anchor.
We do that every time.
Almost every time. That's a good set.
Yeah, it was a great set.
What do you think of the anchorage?
It was good. It was good that, like I said, this is the best stars. You know, we had a new moon, and it was so dark back here.
It was dark. It was pitch black.
Oh my gosh, it was. I know, it was so cool.
Yeah. And it got cold, but we kept warm.
Oh yeah, yep. This is the coldest I've been all week, and you know, once we got the isinglass up, it wasn't too bad. And once we started going right into the wind.
Protected out of the wind here.
Yeah. Once we turn off, it's going to be chilly. But the winds should start dying down about noon. But we had to get going because it's a 6-hour sail.
Yep. I don't know, because next week we may want to look at a couple of side panels. I think side panels will make a huge difference.
Oh yeah, I agree.
We could go simple. We could probably just do a piece of isinglass and grommets.
Are you looking for a project at the marina?
I'm looking to be warm. I'm looking to stay warm. Is what I'm
Okay.
looking for.
All right.
I have tons of projects. I have a whole list of projects I can do.
Well, they aren't really valid projects without a whiteboard.
Well, the whiteboard's coming.
That's what I hear.
It should be there waiting for us.
Yeah.
So,
Ace has wanted a little whiteboard for his projects for a year and a half, and he finally has one on order.
Validate your what?
projects.
Projects. Gotcha.
Projects aren't valid without a whiteboard
Okay, this is totally a 20-mile gust.
right now.
Yeah, because it is blowing me off course. She's trying anyway.
Trying to get comfortable.
Have fun with that.
It's like 90% relaxation and 10% activity. Intense activity.
That's what they said sailing is 99% boredom and 1% sheer terror.
Yeah. Right in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't terror activity, but it was active.
Well, when it's this cold, it feels like sheer terror.
Yeah.
It's like, get me out of this. And whitecaps. This is our first time sailing in 35-degree weather, 20-knot gusts, and whitecaps.
Yep. We generally sit out times like this, but
Yeah.
it was time to get going.
Yeah, we got to get down to the marina.
Yeah. We gotta get to the coast to warm up a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a few degrees when it's this cold makes a difference.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Say bye, Ace.
Bye.
Those are 100% 3 feet waves. Oh my gosh, this is fun. Oh, 100%. Oh my god. Yeah. Always was one for a roller coaster ride. Test. Okay, so our dog is crying because she wants to go up on the bow. And we have the Dodger closed. There's no way she's going to know how to get back here. So, oh, there you go. And the matchy jackets. That's a good shot. She wants that window open, my God. I know this is her place, but she wants it. think so too. She can still see through it. There she does. Now she can come through.
It's a good girl.
Because I refuse to stay warm. Her tail's trying to wag. Hey, that's a good settle. Good settle, Blue.
Good girl.
Yeah, you get out here in the middle of stuff and you try to remember what you already know. So, because education is a fear buster.
Yeah.
I don't have fear, but I like to feel comfortable.
Right, comfort.
Yeah. We did get hit with a pretty big one on the side when you were down there,
Yeah.
and I didn't like it rolling like that. She's a very beamy boat to have that kind of heel.
It's supposed to get warmer as the day goes on.
Yeah.
Less windy as the day goes on.
Yeah.
And when we anchor at 3:30 or whatever, then we'll crank on the generator and crank on the heater and
Yeah.
keep warm.
Yep. Use up all that gasoline.
Yep. Got 15 more gallons to use up
Yeah.
in 2 days.
Yeah. So, last night, you want to explain what we did last night? For our heat?
We didn't really need the heat on during the day, but we ran our little propane a little bit during the day, right?
Yeah, real loud. What? Propane during the day. Yeah.
And then, yeah, from like 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock, we ran our generator and our heater,
Right.
charged batteries. And then we turned it off, went to bed. Then you got up at midnight and turned it back on remotely,
And it started.
and it started. I was surprised.
Me
It
too.
doesn't like to start when it's cold
Right.
without a little starter spray.
Yeah.
But it started, and we turned the heater back on, and we slept warm and wonderful.
And how much gas did you have to put in this morning then?
It was on empty.
Oh, it was?
3 gallons.
Wow.
Yeah, we burned it. Well, we ran it for 7 hours.
Yeah.
More.
Well, more than that, because we didn't get out there at 7.
Right. It should be about 8 hours worth of gas.
Yeah, we didn't run out.
7.5. We didn't run out. We ran it this morning for a couple hours to stay warm.
Right. Oh, good girl. Good settle. Yeah.
We've got enough gas to run our generator full time until we get to the marinas.
Right. Oh, the sun feels good on my hand. My fingers are cold. It feels good. Okay. Hey, we're at 5.7 knots.
5.7 what?
Knots speed over ground.
Yeah, the wind's behind us.
Yeah.
You want the isoglass back down?
No, huh?
Okay.
I don't even have my scarf on. Okay. That was how we kept warm last night.
Yep.
The fur in the camera shot in the upper right hand corner is from the hoodie on my parka.
Right across the back. Said 6 pelicans go right over that. Wow. Whoa, that was good footage.
Camera's on. What are you doing today, Terry?
We're going from Spring Creek 1 to Cedar Creek in North Carolina.
Okay. What, 20, 25 miles? Nautical miles?
25 nautical miles, yeah.
Then we're going to anchor there, and then we're going to head for a marina the next day.
It's a true story.
Okay.
Got the parka on.
Goose down.
Goose down, baby.
Bought that stuff when we moved from Texas to Iowa. When we moved from Texas to Iowa, we got to Iowa and we said, all of our clothing is going to be either goose down or fur. And we bought the goose down coats.
We went with goose down.
And me, I got one just like it in black.
Yeah, so matchy match.
And I thought I was not going to have any need for that kind of cold weather gear on this journey, so I left it in our storage unit in DC, and along with my insulated boots and my insulated gloves and my
Yeah, these are
scarf.
not cutting it. I mean, I need them because I can use the screen.
Yep,
Shout out to Karen Larson.
yep.
She bought these for me. But I should have put my boots on, my fur-lined boots.
Yeah, I just wanted to put another pair of socks on. My feet were cold.
Yeah, but my blanket is cutting the wind on my feet.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got 2 pairs of pants on, 2 long sleeve t-shirts and my sweatshirt, and then my parka.
You look cozy warm.
Good. Yeah, feel cozy warm.
Good.
It was a little breezy bashing into the north to get out of the anchorage, but now it's behind us, so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. The blue's all covered up. She's got a sweater and a life jacket and a blanket on. So she's happy.
She was crying so loudly down below. Ace had to go get her.
Trying to get these waves behind you.
Oh yeah, we got some great wave shots when we was on our beam. We were definitely having 3-foot waves.
All right, my hand's cold.
Okay, thanks. Bye. Ask me how my feet feel. Fur-lined boots, baby. 3.9 for that 6 feet.
Supposed to be in 6 feet.
5.9, yeah. I'm coming around. I just wanted to get around that 4.9. It says 7 feet, but we're already in
Let's say
5.7. And we're 2 hours from low tide.
Okay, as we were anchoring in this designated anchorage, and I believe we got our anchor down, this gentleman came up in a boat with his dog, and he said he was a duck hunter, and his duck blinds just close to us, and he thought, you know, if we weren't too tired, we might want to think about moving to get away from his shot in the morning. He was afraid some of the shot might fall on the boat, and I mean, even though that was a legitimate concern, we weren't too worried about it. But he suggested we go further out towards the channel, and we thought, you know, since I'm a previous recovering duck hunter, we thought that it would be a good idea to go ahead and just move the boat over a little bit. And so we did. We pulled the anchor and cruised up there and dropped it again a little bit of ways, and then he came by again, and because I asked him where he thought we should go, and so he pointed over here, and then he came by again and said this was a worse spot. And you know, I said we were further away from his duck blind, and this is where I thought he suggested we move to if we moved. And I was, you know, starting to say again, because I used to be a duck hunter, I was going to say, well, you know, maybe we can look at moving again. But before I got to that, or before Terry and I started talking about it, he just said, just forget it. I'm going to do something else tomorrow anyway. I just won't hunt tomorrow. And so we thought that was all right if that was his decision. You know, we try to accommodate local people in these waterways, and so they can have their activities as well, crabbers and hunters and all that. But with, you know, within reason, we're never in any big hurry to do anything, and so we would have happily accommodated, but it turned out fine. We didn't move again, and everything was okay.
Okay. Okay.
So Teresa, what was your highlight of the day today?
Oh my gosh. A group of pelicans, a pod, a flock of pelicans went
I'm
right
guessing flock.
in front of the bow. It was phenomenal.
What color were they?
Gray.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And we had some good waves today. We had like 3-foot waves. It was adverse conditions today, which made it exhilarating.
Mm-hmm. Cold and windy.
34 degrees when we got up, so it was about 40 degrees when we took off, with gusts of 22. That put us at a wind chill of 31.
Mm-hmm.
Wow! We were bundled up.
Yep. We put our Dodger window down, and we were wishing for side panels.
Yes.
And because to knock off that side wind a little bit, it would have made it a lot warmer in there.
So we need to think about that.
Yeah. Yippers, skippers. It was a good sail though. We had
Yeah, it was.
once we turned straight south, it was not bad. Because then the waves weren't hitting us on the beam.
Good motor. We haven't had a sail up since Norfolk.
Right, since we got in the ICW.
Yeah.
It's skinny water. I mean narrow passages.
Yep.
I mean we hit a little bit of big water when we were in the river today. But
Oh, a little bit. And if the wind would have been favorable, we might have put the sail out, but the wind wasn't favorable for that.
I've been up since 5:30, so I'm ready for dinner and bed.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
4 o'clock. Oh,
20 till. Close.
it's not even 4 o'clock.
We're gonna have a cup of tea and have some dinner and go to bed.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. And
Alright.
we've been warned by the duck hunters. We're in a duck hunting cove tonight.
Well, good. They'll wake us up in the morning
They
if we
will.
aren't already up.
I think we'll beat them up. Oh, my first manicure since I got on the boat.
Very
Or
nice.
no, since we left.
Pretty. Let's have a
Pretty.
close up.
Ooh, nice. My hands probably look awful. They were
Pretty.
cold today.
Okay. Zooming out.
Holiday. Ooh, yes, please. Hmm.
Okay, bye.
Bye.